Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Ooh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I wanna talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Corsicana, Texas. What's up, Dallas Fort Worth? What's up, Houston, Texas? We are back, and we thank you for joining the show. We are your show hosts. I go by the name of Mr. Know-It-All, and we have gentleman Jamal. We also have Bougie, Weirdo, B-Dub, and also the first lady of the Burning Coals podcast. She goes by Educated Queen. Give it up for Educated Queen, everybody. And we are the Burning Coals podcast. We are the Burning Coals podcast, and here's what we're talking. We have fire interviews, hot topics, burning questions, and searing conversations. We also say what needs to be said. So listen, you guys, if you want to be able to make sure you go and subscribe, hit that like button, hit that share button. Make sure you let people know exactly where to go for nice fire content on the Burning Coals podcast. Subscribe to YouTube as well. If you want to be able to come on to the show, you can definitely hit the stream is going to be at the top there. Let me put it on. But you can definitely be able to hit the stream for the YouTube and for the Facebook as well. Or you can just leave your comments at the top inside the comment section. We read your comments. So that way you'll be able to interact with us and we can interact with you as well. And we just have a great time tonight. Okay. So before we get started, everybody, how has everything been going for this Tuesday night? B-Dub, we're gonna let you go first, brother, because this is the father, brother. Yes, sir. B-Dub, go ahead, man.
You already know what I'm saying?
B-Dub, looking just like you, B-Dub. He's smiling and everything, man.
My little man is here. He finally Earthside, so life is good.
Yeah, man. Congratulations. Yeah, you know what, B-Dub, we got to definitely give you a round of applause on that for you and your woman. Y'all having a beautiful, healthy boy. So, man, it's a beautiful thing, brother. Beautiful thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Gentleman Jamal.
Yes,
what's
sir.
going on, man? How's everything going on your end, brother?
Man, life is good, man. We finally starting to get some fall weather.
Oh man, yeah, right.
Nice and cool. I ain't complaining.
Right.
Stay top side. Hey, it's a good day.
Right. Yep, I definitely agree with that.
Outside. And Cowboys.
Oh man, I knew you was gonna bring it up. Man.
This is gonna get it out of the way. Yeah.
But you know what? We gonna give Philly. I'm gonna give him a golf clap. I'm gonna give him a golf clap. So I'm gonna give him that. You guys took us down. You guys were expected to win that game, and hey, it is what it is. But you gotta come see us in December. And Christmas on Christmas time. So you definitely gotta come there.
Yeah, the season is not over.
Right.
It's one game. It's one game.
By the time y'all play the Eagles again, they'll have a division locked up, so they're gonna be resting there.
Oh no, boo. No, B-Dub. No.
What team is that in B-Dub's background?
What is it?
A team that's rebuilding.
Don't worry about my Cowboys. Okay.
Hey, I've been said off the rip. If we can manage 4 games this season, I'll be cool with that because there's no expectations for us for at least another year or 2.
Right. So how you feel about old Tubby? I mean, what's his name? The head coach over there, Lovey. Lovey. Yeah. I like Lovey, man.
Lovey's a good coach.
I like
Lovey's a good coach. We'll see what it do. First year, he's setting his mark and trying to instill his way. Even though he was an assistant, it's different when you're the man. So now he get to kind of set his tone, and I'm anticipating the defense to get better.
Yeah,
with Lovey at the helm. So I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. But I like Lovey. I'm excited about what he might be able to do over the next few years or longer.
Right. Well, hey, listen, before we get further into the topic of discussion, the NFL, I think Dan Snyder, he's having a meeting, or he's talking about telling it all on all these owners about some different, where the bodies are buried at pretty much basically. So he's talking about, look, if you guys take my team away from me, then I'm telling everything. We're talking about Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, and he's talking about a lot of owners, man. So I don't know what it is that he want to put out there, but
first of all,
it don't look good on the NFL. It just don't look good.
He's not gonna say nothing against Jerry because Jerry was the only one that was having his back. So he ain't gonna say nothing about Jerry.
Yeah.
What I think is the bigger problem is you have an owner as horrible as Dan Snyder, right?
He's a terrible owner. He's a terrible owner.
Horrible owner. Probably the worst that we have. But they said we'd rather have him than the black man.
Man, that's bad, brother. That's horrible. Yep. That's horrible. And that's food for thought, girl.
You rather have Dan Snyder than Go ahead, B-Dub.
Nah, I'm just saying it's just mighty funny how they do. It just reminds me of Eric Mangini. As long as he was with New England and winning and everything was great, but then when he left New England and they tapped that ass, they be recording people's practices. They did it when I was there.
Right.
Hold on, lane. That's what we in the streets call a rat.
Right.
you was cohorting and it was all good when you were sharing in the spoils, but now you getting X'd out and now you want to start yapping your gums.
Right.
But you know what? I'm here for it. I'm here for the drama. I want to see what he got to say.
I want to see too.
I want to hear him let everybody know where the bodies are buried. But one thing that I found interesting, he says the NFL was like a mafia or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. But you know what the mafia does to rats?
Yeah. Yep.
We'll see what happens.
Yep.
Yoga lame.
Yep, I agree. We'll definitely see what's going to happen. All right. Hey, I love the new sound effects. That's what I'm playing with. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get ready to start talking about the particular subject we talk about today. So we're going to get into it.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I want to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Where's you supposed to have the graphic, the little thing going on?
Yeah. You guys see the title of the conversation we're having tonight. Is this sense of entitlement hurting our communities? So we have some videos, 3 different videos that we have. We have an incident with Jalen Rose and his sister. We also have 50 Cent and his son. And we also have Dr. Drake and his daughter. So all 3 of these incidents that took place, we're going to go into detail and discussion about is a sense of entitlement hurting our communities. And we're going to start with the Jalen Rose thing, all right? Jalen Rose has been, let's give a little background behind Jalen Rose. He's the former Fab Five member of the Michigan Wolverines basketball team in the mid to early 90s. And he's an ex-NBA basketball player, and he's now an NFL analyst for the NBA analyst for the 4-letter networks. I believe it's ESPN and NBA and some other different jobs that he's working for with the 4-letter networks. But Jalen Rose bought a house for his mother, and his mother is no longer here. She passed away, I believe, sometimes last year. And the mother has the daughter lives inside the house as well. And Jalen is getting ready to sell the house. Well, Jalen's sister is upset, not having it. She's angry, disappointed about it. And she doesn't want the house to be sold, but Jalen looks like he's ready to sell a house or whatever. So long story short, she's recording this information, and we'll definitely look at the video here shortly. But how do you guys feel about the sense of entitlement with this Jalen Rose situation?
Well, I mean, it goes beyond just the three examples. Now we're talking about extreme because these are celebrities and people who have money, but it happens in everyday families. Like you ain't got to have too much of nothing for people to think that you should give it to them.
Right.
You know, you have family members. You know, if you buy a new car, they think, oh, you should let them drive your new car or whatever, or loan me some money. You just bought a new car. You got money. Loan me some money. So entitlement it it happens at all levels, and it definitely hurts the communities because first of all, it's laziness. Like if we're being honest, like the audacity to think that I owe you something because of what I'm working for,
Right.
when you could be doing the same.
Right.
I can help you. I can help you, but I'm not going to handicap you.
Right. But but B Dub, but you said something there, B Dub, as far as like, a lot of people want, like you said, a lot of people just want somebody to give them something and they don't want to work for whatever it is they're asking for. But then here's the thing though, here's the problem that I have with it. Like when you have to sit there and explain your position, like, hey, I'm doing this, I'm helping you out because I want to help you out. But your expectations of me just going, bending backwards for you, and you expect me to do that. That's the problem that I have because I don't have to do that. But then if I stand up and no longer want you to treat me a certain kind of way, or me bending over backwards for you, I don't want to do it anymore. Now all of a sudden I got to explain to you what my position is, and you have a problem with my choice of decision on not to be able to say enough is enough. You got a problem with that. And I don't want to put myself in a position, or I don't want to have a beef or a falling out because I made the decision that I don't want to be able to be taken advantage of anymore. And that seems like that's been a problem, sometimes when we get in a position like this entitlement position or whatever.
You know what? I heard something one time and it hit me. This guy said, if you don't want problems in life, just be average and blend in. Because the thing about it is, the difference between level 1 and level 10 is mentality. And the problem is, if you only have one person, if you're the only person in your family that has a level 10 mentality, even if you at level 1, if you have a level 10 mentality, you're going to slowly progress and you're going to get there. But if everybody else got a level 1 mentality, they're not going to understand. They're not never going to understand. So that's it. I guess I'm saying it just come along with it. So, you just gotta be strong enough in your will and what you're trying to do to say, nah, I can't let you derail me and sidetrack me.
Right. And you're right about that, B Dub, because when you get to that certain level like that, people, your friends and family members, these people definitely watching your pockets and counting your coins and see exactly what you got going on, and how you living your life. So yeah, and they definitely
know more about your money than you do.
Man, tell me about it.
For celebrities and athletes that be losing their money, if you don't want to lose your money, just make one of your family members the assistant to your accountant, because I guarantee you they're gonna know your bank account better than you do. I promise you, they're gonna be watching every penny.
Right. But where did this mentality come from, though, General Jamal? Where does mentality come from with what we feel like we have to be expected to, be put in the position to take care of our, family or friends or loved ones? Like that's expectation is like, where did that come from, man? What do you think?
Well, we live in a capitalist nation, right? So resources are what matter, and it doesn't matter how you accumulate those resources, right? Because whether you beg, borrow, steal, which historically we've seen that some of the wealthiest people, some of their wealth was started illegally. Now, so no matter how you get there, the issue or the mission is to get there. Whatever you got to do, sell dope, sell liquor, sell that box, whatever. So you know, whatever it takes to get to this place, you know, we'll get there. So if that means, okay, I got a family member who makes it to the league, you know, now
We all made it to the league, huh? That's the mentality.
you know, Shaq said something when his son, I don't know if y'all remember the story, like he was like, I think he said he was buying his son a car, and he was like, you know, Daddy, we got money. He said, no,
I got the money.
I'm rich. You know, no, I'm rich.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you have this thing of, you said, we have, you know, they have this sense of entitlement.
Right.
I blame the, you know, if it's the child, I blame the parents because you allowed them to feel that way. Now, obviously, you want to always make sure your kids are good. That's your responsibility. But you ain't entitled to nothing. I don't owe you nothing. I owe you to get you to adult age, right? If we're gonna take it back to nature, right? At some point, the mama bird pushes the baby bird out the nest, right? The baby bird gonna do two things. He's gonna fly,
or you're gonna drop.
You're gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
You got to learn to fend for yourself. Now, it's good to be in a position where you can provide. But that's not what I'm. That's not. You know, I don't owe you that.
Right.
In case of Jalen Rose, okay, I'm took care of my mom. You just be my sister. I've been taking care of you. I've done enough. Like the art, it's like the art of saying no. I've done enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not his job to go around taking care of a bunch of adults. Right? You take care of kids. You take care of your parents. I'm not gonna take care of everybody in the tribe. Right? Like you said, we can come together and collab and do do a family business, do a joint effort on something. But you just, well, you know what? You know, Mr. Know-It-All made it, so everybody just lay up on him and he gonna take care of everybody. And we sitting here, and if he don't do it, now we gonna complain about it. You weren't complaining when you was getting all the stuff,
right?
All the money, and I'm sure you know all the stuff that she had been getting. But right, you say no. As they say, you want to know how somebody really feels about you. Tell them no.
Tell them no. That's right. That's right. Yep. And we're talking about a full-grown, able-bodied individual, G-Man, a full-grown, able-bodied individual. Why did that person
own, right?
Say it again?
Probably got kids of own, relationships, but
right.
None of them. Jalen's supposed to take care of me.
Yoga fire.
Right, I agree.
And if I could be wrong, I had to double check, but if I'm not mistaken, she's older than him.
Yeah,
like you should have been had your life established and set up. But
right. We're gonna roll the Jalen Rose video. But before we do that, Chastity Porter says, "Good evening, gentlemen. Appreciate that, Chastity. Appreciate you for joining the show and tuning in. We appreciate that so much. Thank you for that. So we're gonna go ahead and go straight to the video.
Set with her brother.
Yeah. This is what I have to deal with. Yeah, while I'm rehabbing and rehabilitating. So we're gonna see how this all works out this morning, y'all. There he is right there, the star of the family who runs everything. Yeah, that's him right there. Yeah, look familiar? While his sister's in the house, rehabbing, grieving from death and loss, he is bringing strangers through here to show a house that someone's living in, as if a whole human being doesn't live in this house. So, yeah. Oh, okay. That's a no.
Well, you're not.
Well, I live here, and I've lived here since 2019. No, I'm not squatting here, so that's not squatting. Squatting is being somewhere illegally. I'm not here illegally.
Squatting means you're not paying.
No, that's not what squatting means. And as I told him, as long as I'm living here and until I get myself healthy and well, I'm not going anywhere. And getting my summer stuff ready and trying to continue to be healthy, but then I got to keep dealing with this idiot and doing this foolishness. Do not go in my mother's room. Do not go in my mother's room. Do not go in my mother's room. Do not go in there. Don't go in my mother's room. Do not go in my mother's room. My mother just died last year, okay? And you bringing strangers all in here, Jalen Rose, to walk to your mother's house that you love so much, that you trying to sell her house a year after she passed while your sister's still living here in it. And you had the audacity to call me a squatter when I took care of our mother and our grandmother in this house. You got a lot of nerve, Jalen Rose. You got a lot of nerve. And I hope the whole world see how much nerve you got now and how fake and phony you been talking about how much love you got to your mother and your family.
Man, you know what, man, was heartbreaking about that, man, is just that, you know, they already dealing with, you know, some in-house stuff with their parents, with their mother dying and grandmother dying and all this other stuff like that, man. And just to see siblings fight amongst each other like that, man, is very heartbreaking to me. But at the same time, I cannot, you know, be upset with Jalen for making that decision if he wants to sell at a house or not. I hate the fact that, you know, the sister is pushing that, you know, that her health, saying that I'm going to rehab, because that's what a lot of family members do. A lot of family members pull on our heartstrings like that. But for that man to ignore all that tells you this is something that had been going on. This had been going on inside of the house. He's probably, I mean, in the family, because he's not even hearing nothing about the health, nothing about, you know, her being there trying to raise the mother. I mean, helping with the mother. He ain't hearing nothing. He's giving none of that attention at all. But to me, it just seemed like the brother is just like, you know what, man, I'm just sick of it. I've been dealing with this for a long time, and I'm fed up. And he's not answering no questions, no none of that. So, you know, it is what it is. But he can definitely do what he want to do. But I just don't like the whole pity, you know, self-pity that she's putting on the brother. I don't like that. That makes me.
You know what Jalen was thinking? I could tell by the look on his face. You know what he was thinking?
What was he thinking?
Blue, you don't raise up, it's gonna be trouble. Trouble. he ain't trying, man. Listen.
He ain't trying to hear it, brother. Look at his body language. He ain't trying to hear it. He's fed up.
The narcissism is real. All the triggers. This is standard triggers of a narcissistic person using. Because first of all, she ain't said nothing of value. All she's trying to do is attack and shame him into letting her stay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm rehabbing. Oh, right. I'm still grieving. Which, right. You know, there's no time limit on grief, especially depending on who it is, parent, sibling, child. You could be grieving. Most people will be grieving for the rest of their life. But at the same time, life has to go on. It's been over a year. You're not even trying to move forward. You just stuck and you just want to wallow in your pity because you feel like you have this safety net of, well, I can just live off my brother for the rest of my life. No, you wasn't even living there. And I don't know. I'm trying to research because I'm really curious to know the backstory because she only been there for a few years. He bought the house for his mom a while ago. So right. I just from experience of friends, family members, just hearing about and knowing of situations like this, I'm going to theorize that wherever she was living, whatever she had going on, she lost her income, lost her house. So, I'm going to go stay with mama. And what I'll do is I'll take care of mama. And that way you don't have to worry about paying no stranger or nobody. I'll take care of mama. But what you're really doing is securing yourself a place to stay.
Right.
Well,
right.
Now, unfortunately, mama's gone. Rest in peace. So now you have to move on. You've had a year to grieve. You had a year to prepare. He's had a year to grieve and prepare and get over the fact that their mom is not there anymore. Now right. It's time to move on with life.
Right.
And that doesn't mean, oh, we don't care about mom no more. That doesn't mean we're not still grieving. No, but at a certain point, you have to move forward with life.
Right.
Otherwise, it's just gonna get worse.
Right.
Your mental, your emotional, you're just gonna get worse if you don't
right.
move forward. And she's
right.
not moving forward. And I don't know their relationship. I personally have had relationships with a sibling to where we didn't talk for years. We were not on good terms, and then we had to rebuild that relationship. So I know how it can be sometimes. So I don't know what that relationship is, but I would want to think that if she had took a different approach, that they probably could have worked something out. But you're gonna try to shame me and make me like. First of all, who are you talking to? Nobody knows you. I tried to Google her. Google her, you can't find nothing. But if you Google Jalen Rose's sister, then she comes up. If you Google Tamara Rose, you will get nothing.
Right.
So who are you talking to? Number one, who's gonna come to your rescue that you think and all these shame tactics and disrespect and talking down and what? Oh, look, the star of the family. Oh, her eyes were so green when she said that. The star of the family. Well, you wasn't with the shooting in the gym, so you know.
Yeah, but his sister, she took an L on this one though, because like you said, she ain't got no leg to stand on at all. This whole thing with her doing what she did, shaming the brother. She took a big L. She's upset, angry, disappointed, and like you said, B-Dub, there's other ways that could have, this whole thing could have been taken care of, but maybe those different ways have been exhausted because that brother, the way he looked like she wasn't even there, B-Dub. He just went about his business, walking in the house, and then the sad part about it was when she was very animated when he went inside that room. Like that ain't his mama room. Like that's not his mother. You know what I mean? That's the part that bothered me. Like that's not his mother, and there's like he didn't pay for the house.
That's my mama. That's my mama.
That's his mama. But this is my mother. But I paid for the house though. It's my house.
That's what I was about to say. First of all, it's not mama's house. It's my house.
Right. This is my house.
I let her live in for her.
Right.
So let her stay there, and y'all just leeching off of that. That's what it is. That's Jalen Rose's house, right? He did an honorable deed for his mother, as you should, if you are able to. He did that. Now the sister's in there, and the nerve of her, like she really felt like he owed that to her.
Yeah.
That was sickening. You always hate to see family members get into, especially over money, right?
Heartbreaking.
It's always a tragic thing, but that's his house. I bought that house for mama. Yeah, you stayed there, but I'm not taking care of you and everything you got going on. I got other stuff going on. I'm not obligated to take care of no grown-ups, outside of my parent. Like, okay, mom raised me. I made it to the league. I got all this money. Yeah, I owe her that. But I owe all you siblings and everybody just coming to just jump on and leech and suck off, like stop. And the way she did it, like it's one thing to say, hey, you know what? Brother, let's have a conversation. I need a little help, whatever. No, she was like, I ain't no squatter. I'm here and I'm sick. Hey, stop all that. You look pretty able-bodied to me. You can do something. If you can do all that hooting and hollering and huffing and puffing and ranting and raving, you can do a call center job. You can do something.
Yeah.
And to be sitting there trying to, and then like, what do you get out of trying to destroy him or smear his name, right? You want me to take care of you, but then if I say no, like I said, tell him no. Now I say no. Now I ain't nothing. Now my name. No, you got to go.
Right.
You got to go. Family, no family. Because just because you my blood don't mean a lot of stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your relationships are based on how people treat you and how y'all interact with each other. It's people that you may be closer to that not related to you. That make no blood ties, right? That's because you my blood. Don't so what? No. We got all kinds of stories about people being stabbed in the back by people that share the same DNA as them.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that means nothing. It's how you treat people. The interaction, our actual interpersonal relationships that we build dictates that. But you can't guilt shame me and taking care of no grown up. That's my money. Like you said, I played the ball. We lost. I was on the court when Chris Webber called that time out.
Right.
But
Fire.
Right. I agree. We're going to read the comment. Isaiah Landon says, hey, y'all, we have the mentality by nature. Most of us think if you have it, you should give it without any thought to what you have to put your household through to give it. it's selfish. And it is selfish, Isaiah Landon. We appreciate you for joining the show as well. But it is selfish for you to have that kind of mentality and expectations of of a family member because they got, they do have it. So I agree with that 1,000%. We're going to get to the 50 Cent video here shortly, but before we do that, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the share button, hit that comment section as well, hit the notification bell as well to the Burning Coals podcast. We're on YouTube, and we go live every Tuesday at 8:00 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can also put your comments in the comment section. We'll read them, and if you want to come on to the show, you have the two Facebook and YouTube streams at the top of the show here on the comment section. So the next topic we're going to get into and with is the 50 Cent son. What's his name? Marcus. Is that correct? Marquise. Okay, yeah. So 50 Cent son Marquise and 50 Cent had been going at it, God knows how long now, for several years now. Marquise is upset with 50 Cent. I guess he's trying to shame him. All these 3 videos that we were watching, they're trying to shame their celebrity father or family member. They're trying to shame him. But 50 Cent's son is upset and disappointed, made a video to the whole world saying that $6,700 a month in child support is not enough money for him to live in New York. And I'm saying to myself, wow, for him to have the gall to even say that and bring that out there like that against his father. But how do you guys see this whole, before we get to the video, how do you guys see this whole situation panning out with 50 Cent and his son Marquise?
$600 ain't enough to live in New York. Tell them to move to Mississippi. All right. And tell them that $600 or $700 a month ain't enough.
Right.
Somewhere else, then, But anyway,
right.
We'll go into too deep into the video, but
right. But you know what? Just looking at 50 Cent's son Marquise, there's some backstory behind that, man. That seems like there's a lot of deep internal back stuff behind this kid that's going on with him, for him to have that much venom for his father, because he been having a lot of venom for his father for years now. And
they look just alike.
They look just alike, man. But here's the thing, though. But see, 50, he's been going on different shows. It's like he's poking at him. You know what I mean? And it's like nan nanny boo boo, like Charleston White. Nan nanny boo boo.
That's true. Yeah.
Say it again.
Hey,
that's true. 50
yeah.
When he say anybody can get it, he truly means anybody can get it.
Right. He's been trolling his son back and forth, and they're having disagreements and things like that. But we're gonna go ahead and watch the video, and then we're gonna come back with our commentary with the after the 50 Cent Marquise video.
And child support, I believe, came around when I was 12 or 13. Or maybe 11, I think. 10 years of child support. 1.2 over, what was it? It was like $1 million, I think. What he claims is $1 million, right? It's $6,700 a month.
Okay. And I can't buy socks?
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Right.
$6,700 a month, right? $600-700 a month in the state of New York City. You do the math.
Oh, I done the math. I've been in child support, bro. I went to jail for it. So I said, so
okay, cool. $6,700 a month, right?
$6,700 a month, right? You telling me a woman can't survive off $6,700 a month and not be working?
$6,700 a month, and this kid has the gall to sit there and complain, and he's passionate, and he thinks he has a leg to stand on about his complaint about his father, giving him $600-700 a month for child support. Where does he have the gall to even feel that way? How did that even fix himself to put his mouth together to say that he can't live off of that? What does he need? Does he want the lifestyle that his father's living with, with the limos and the big house and drinking Ace of Spade or whatever, or Casamigos? What does he want? what he's want from his father. So I'm just really shaking behind it. I'm sorry, B-Dub. Go ahead.
No, I'm just laughing. What they really want from a father. Hey man, listen. So first of all, now I was able to do a little bit of research on this whole situation. And dude is bogus as hell. Because first of all, 50 gave old girl a meal right up front.
That's what they say.
And see, this is how women screw. See, his problem is with his mama. It's not with 50. His problem was his mama. She didn't want to put all that venom in him because he was giving her $25,000 a month. But see, she was looking at some of these other women that was getting more and was like, nah, we got to take this to court. This ain't enough. I want more. So when they took it to child support court and made it official, the court decided that $6,700 was enough. And 50 being the ultimate troll and that we know him to be, he said, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, the 25 wasn't enough. They said $6,700, do what you get in $6,700, which by the way is still, if you do the math, is like $80K a year. That's a decent salary. So now if you had $80K and if she was working and doing something, even if she was working and wasn't barely making $25,000 a year, now you got a 6-figure income. That is more than enough to live. I'm not, now we know the East Coast is very expensive, but still $6,700 a month is enough to have a decent place for you and your child in a pretty decent neighborhood.
Right.
No matter where you go in the US.
Right.
And for a while too, also they was living in Atlanta for a little while. So I know $6,700 can go a pretty long way in Atlanta. So yeah, he bogus. He's just mad. But the problem is he don't know who to be mad at because his mama raised him. So I can't be mad at mama when mama the real problem.
Man, B-Dub, you hit something on that. You hit something on that hit nail on the head with me, man. That reside.
Mama's is off limits.
Man, that reside in my heart, whatever, man, because I can understand when you saying, about your kid, about your child that's grown like that, that mom have a lot of input on a lot of these kids' train of thought when, because most of the time, the kid is going to be living at the house with the mom, especially if you're in a situation where, you living in a household with a single mother, father, mother and father was together and the father's no longer in the house. That woman, that mother that's raising that child becomes a very, very intricate role in that kid's life because father's not there most of the time like that mother is. But then the mother directly or indirectly can put that, her train of thought, if it's good, bad, or indifference into that child, and that child would take on the way that mother feel, and next thing you know, he's going to lash out or he's going to have something against the father because of what the mother has indirectly or directly put into that kid. I'm going through the same exact thing, Gentleman Jamal and Bougie Weirdo, and I'm not going to say, which one of my exes, that's in that position right now, but I have kids that feel a certain kind of way about me, because of things that their mother has done indirectly or directly. But here's the thing though, I would never be able to know because it's that type of conversation, I really feel that, once my kids become old enough, then we can be able to have that conversation because like you said, B-Dub, talking to children about their mother is off limits. It ain't gonna happen. They don't want to hear nothing you say because most of the time they're not mature enough to handle that type of conversation.
Right.
So I feel that with Marquise, I feel like his mother has sown a seed of resentment in this kid because of the thing that she's been going through with the courts and the money situation and how her lifestyle is or whatever. She's put that she's the reason why this man is grown now and he's coming at his father with that much venom. But I can definitely relate to it. I can relate.
Okay. The $6,700 a month, right? The average median income, right, for, I think a woman is 48,000 for guys like 58, 59. This kid is getting more money than the teachers, all these, whatever, insert your occupation here, starting out just for being born. You did nothing, sir. You've accomplished nothing. You've created nothing. You've not created your own stream of income for yourself. You were simply born. And it's one thing to complain about, we talk about fathers who are not there.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now he's talking about, the money was there, but it was only, what'd you say, B-Dub, $80-some thousand a year. How entitled does that sound, right? You can only say something like that in a country such as this, to where you are complaining about an income that over half of the country will never get that kind of money a year their entire life. And you getting this before you 18, right? So that in itself, like, Nas he did a line. He says, you're wealthy when your kids' upbringing is better than yours, right? That's all you owe your kids, a better life than I had. He did that. 50 Cent accomplished that, right? Like 50 Cent said, you 25, still complaining about child support.
Right.
If I'm getting $6,700 a month, right? All my life was whatever it was, like B-Dub said, it was like $1 million off. You need to talk to your mom about where the money come if you ain't getting it. But if I give you a meal off top and you getting 20,000, then it goes to 6,700 at its lowest point, and you got all the way to an adult age and you couldn't create nothing, that's a you problem, sir. That's you. And you a man. You supposed to be leading your own family, your own tribe, your own clan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And about what this man didn't do, not enough. Talking about I'm poor. Tell the average American you're poor when you bringing in $6,700 a month, never getting up, going to work, not doing nothing. But I'm poor. Oh, okay, maybe you're right. Okay, that's not a lot of money maybe in New York, but you bring your behind on down to Georgia, or the Carolinas, or Texas, wherever, if it ain't enough for where you at. But as B-Dub said, your mama got the money, right? I'm not supposed to take care of you and her the rest. No. That's not how this works, right? Because if technically we're supposed to be taking care of this child financially 50-50. So if I'm putting 67, she's supposed to be putting 67. That ain't happening. So complain, it's a lot of blame to go around, but ultimately he's just being ungrateful. He's entitled. That's a him problem.
Right. I definitely agree with that, G-Man. I definitely agree with that. But I really believe that, with the way Marquise is lashing out to 50 like that, I will hope that they'll be able to reach a point to where, them two can definitely have a sit down conversation. But with the mentality that Marquise have, he's still immature, because a mature man like that, a mature man would even sit there and have this discussion talking about you can't live off of $600-700 a month. A mature man is not going to have that discussion. You see what I'm saying? So go ahead, Jim John. Go ahead.
He's 25.
Right, he's grown. Right, he's grown, man. But he's still, but they say the mind don't fully develop until you hit in your 30s as a man. So he won't be.
How many of us were already fathers at 25?
Yep. But I know my mentality was at 25 too. So, but here's the thing though, but my mentality wasn't like that. I had to grow up. I had to grow up real fast, whatever, with my kids and whatnot. But it wasn't it wasn't definitely like that or whatever, man. But this kid here, with him being the age that he is.
But that's a great point. So, which proves my point that this kid is just lazy, because to my knowledge, he don't have a child right now. He has no responsibilities other than himself, and you are a young man in the age of young wealth. And not only that, Your father, your famous father, literally took his face and said, "Here, take it." Like, if you can't just parlay your face and your name into some money, like,
he can say 50 Cent son, where's the bag?
Right. That's B.I.G. son does. He does that. He eat out his father.
There's a whole show about Hollywood kids that were minus a couple of them nobody knew about.
Yep.
Until they was on this show, and they literally become famous just for being the kids of somebody famous, and have monetized that and generated a income off of that.
Right.
And real quick, I just looked it up. So in 2019, the median household income in America for the whole country was $69K. So you have more money coming in than married households.
Right.
Two working adults.
Right.
You can't hear nothing you talking about.
Me neither. It don't even make no sense. That's the reason why I said his mentality is still immature for him to have that type of mental thinking there, and talking with that guy about that kind of money is not enough money to survive on.
Call him
20. I'm not trying to hear it. Say it again.
25 cents. He could have made $1 million off.
Yeah, $50 or something, huh?
Hey, let's see what the comments talking about.
Yep. Brooklyn Betty says, with 50 living a lavish lifestyle, he feels he should be entitled to more money. Yep. Isaiah Landon saying it's supposed to support you, not provide 100% for your life.
Big
That's a big fact right there.
Yoga fire.
Brooklyn Betty also said he's also looking at how his younger brother is cared for. Okay. And I agree, his mother groomed him to have that mentality. Yep. We agree with everything you guys just said there.
Your daddy ain't shit. Your daddy ain't shit.
But see, and you know what? Brooklyn Betty hit on something too, because that I would agree with that. I think that's exactly what it is. Because a lot of this, they was already having issues, but a lot of it didn't get to our ears and eyes until the second son came along. So I would have to agree with that. But you also have to look at the relationship between him and his youngest son's mother versus him and Marquise's mom. It makes all the difference in the world. And that's not to put all the blame on the mom, but you have to take some responsibility. You are just as responsible for making sure your child has a good relationship with your father as the father is making sure he has a good relationship with that child. And you see how the different mothers act and the difference in how they're treated and the difference in the mentality of the offspring and how they feel towards the father. So I think that definitely has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, man, with the mother, with 50 Cent's ex, with Marquise's mother, with her so bitter with this guy, with her being bitter with him, she's been doing
interviews. She's been doing interviews and talking trash and saying a lot of stuff. So it's clear to see where it's coming from.
Yeah, he's taking on that. He's taking on that from his mother, and most of the time, with kids when they make an outcry like that, or with this young man here, hopefully, and I pray that and I'm speaking on myself as well, and that the kids will mature mental enough, they will have that mature mentality for them to be able to discuss everything and have it out and have their grown folks conversation. But you can't have that conversation with him right now the way he's feeling that all the snake venom. It ain't gonna happen.
Some kids.
No, I can't do it, man, because I love my children, man. I love them.
You have the cost to love them once you make them.
Yeah. And here's the thing, though, man. And I love my children, man.
I love
them.
And
I know I have an understanding on how things rock and roll. And I said, you know what, man? I pray for them. I keep them covered in prayer, brother. And I said, you know what? My time is definitely going to come to where, God is going to put it together to where we'll be able to have that discussion one-on-one, father to son or son to father to daughter, either or, we're going to have the discussion. And you just let things play out. You let things play out. you'll definitely see, and everything's gonna unravel. And you'd be like, man, Daddy he wasn't even like Mama had even, he wasn't even like what Mama's saying he is. It'll unravel, it'll happen. You just got to give it a little time,
Hey, the best form of child support I ever met was at a Texas Attorney General.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get to this next video. But before we get to there, you make sure you guys comment, hit that share button, hit that notification bell, like, comment, and subscribe. The likes is what help us out the most. That's more valuable than money. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Also go to the comment section as well. You can get into the comments. They will definitely read your comments out. And also, if you want to come on to the show, you got the stream buttons for Facebook and YouTube. So we're gonna go ahead and go to this Dr. Dre and his daughter situation. Is equivalent to Marquise's, but she's complaining and she has a sense of entitlement that she's not taken care of, and so on and so forth, whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and get to the show, to the video.
This one. Okay, so it's no secret that Dr. Dre has amassed a huge fortune throughout the course of his career, and his worth is currently estimated at over $800 million. Well, despite how well he's doing financially, it looks like his daughter is currently homeless in the state of California. It's his eldest daughter, LaTanya Young, who is 38 years old, and she is claiming that she works as a delivery driver for DoorDash and Uber Eats, and she works as an assembler at a warehouse. Despite having 2 jobs, LaTanya claims that she cannot afford to secure an apartment in California and has been forced to live in a rental car. LaTanya says she's asked her father, Dre, for financial help, but has not received any support in the past 18 months. Now, LaTanya is Dre's daughter with a 53-year-old woman by the name of Lisa Johnson. Now, Dre and LaTanya's mom, Lisa, separated back when LaTanya was just 5 years old, and LaTanya says she hasn't seen her father in over 18 years, and she's only allowed to contact him through his team. She also says that she's asked him for financial help, but has not received any support within the past 18 months. Now, LaTanya Young also has 2 teenage daughters and a 3-year-old son who are all currently staying with friends of hers. So she is currently the only one living in the car, and she says that the car that she's been living out of is a rental SUV that she hasn't paid on in over 3 weeks. She also says that Dr. Dre has paid rent for her in the past and given her an allowance, but that allegedly ended in January of 2020, and she has been struggling since then. People have been going back and forth on social media about whether or not Dre should help her out, or if as an adult she's responsible for getting things together on her own.
Wow, the nerve! I'm telling you, the nerves of these people, man. You know what my mentality was when I watched that. So. Listen, you talking about you need help, but you don't sit there and have 3 kids. All right, you done brought 3 kids in the world. Yeah, 3 kids. Yeah, you got 3 kids and you working 2 jobs. Hey, welcome to America. Welcome to being a grown up. That's what grown up to do when you have responsibilities. Those Dre to make your kids, Dre to make the decision for you to have to be able to work those 2 jobs and DoorDash and work in a warehouse and all those different things you got going on and whatnot. God bless you, and I hope everything work out for you. But he's not entitled to give you a share of his 800 million, whatever he's worth. He don't have to give that to you. He don't, and for him to sit there, for her to sit there and put that out there and trying to shame his brother for not helping her. Shame on you. It's shame on you. You sit up there pointing the finger at this man, and you got several fingers pointing right back at you for the decision that you chose to make. You just chose to make those decisions. So I don't have no pity for it. I'm not apologetic for it. I don't feel sorry for it or none of that. And, like I said, I'm watching it and I was just like, oh, well, if you don't want to do it, you ain't got to do it. No problem at all. Move on. Be done with it.
This is from last year.
Contact his team and all that. Cut it out. Go ahead, B-Dub.
No, I said this is from last year, so she's 39, maybe even 40 by now. But again, I have to say the same thing. Your last name is Young. You are Dr. Dre's daughter. If you can't find a way to parlay that and monetize that, I don't know what to do for you. But it's crazy because June Jamal said something last week or a couple of weeks ago. Words matter and phrasing matters because, see, you have to do your research because the way she put the story out there is, he ain't done nothing for me, and I asked him to help me out, and he said no. But come to find out, well, he actually was supporting her. He was helping her, but it came to a limit. Notice a pattern here. Jalen was supporting his sister to a point. Dre was supporting his daughter to a point. 50 was supporting his son to a point. And the fact that they all learned how to say no is the reason that they all are successful and why they will continue to be successful. And the reason we see entertainer after entertainer, actor after actor, athlete after athlete, lottery winner after lottery winner, whoever, anybody from our community that comes into a large sum of money, life-changing money, and then end up broke, it's always the same story. Family, 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 family. They didn't know how to say no. At a certain point, you have to.
Right.
You have to.
Right.
Because if this my dad is whoever, okay, he got a lot of money or whatever. Soon as I turn 18, I'm getting put on some kind of way or something. You pops, you know what? You need an assistant. Let me be your assistant.
Right.
Or teach me the game, whatever the industry is, well, acting, I mean, you either can act or you can't. You can take lessons, but you could do something to learn to follow that business or learn or branch out on your own. Like, hey, listen, I just need you to send me to school so I can learn how to do this, or I need some help setting up this, whatever. And I'm pretty sure they would have done that because clearly they were helping at some point in time. But no, you just take, thinking that the money train wasn't gonna never stop. And she probably saw that Apple deal. Apple bought out Beats and said, "Ha, we rich."
Yeah.
And they said, "Not you."
Yep.
Because and his son, they talked to her brother, her half brother, and they asked him about it. And it's totally different mentality because he said people is actually the opposite. Because some people saw him at an airport one time and he was getting on the plane. He was flying coach. He bought his own ticket. They like, bro, you Dr. Dre's son. He just signed a deal with Apple. He just sold Beats for $3 billion. Like, why are you flying coach? And he's like, because I didn't do the deal with Apple.
Right.
Like, his money ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
So it just goes to show the different type of mentality. It's a mentality thing.
Right.
Where people just feel entitled for some odd reason and think that you're just supposed to give, and that's it. And they don't have to do nothing for themselves. Like, it's crazy. But like I said earlier, we see it on a celebrity level. We see it on a local level. We see it in our families. Like, I'm telling you, like, people, it's something as small as buying a house. It could be a regular house. It's nothing fancy, just a regular house. But the fact that you bought a house, it's like, oh, they got money. Oh, we doing Thanksgiving at your house. You gonna host Thanksgiving? You can do this. Like, whoa, hold up. How are you making plans with my dividends?
Mm-hmm.
With my money? Well, because you got a house, so okay, well, go get you one. Or
right.
I'll chip in on the venue. We can do that. I chip in on the venue.
Right.
But it's crazy.
Right.
But that's the way we groom. We indoctrinate to think that way. That's that survivor's mentality. That's because we see it all the time. We see grandmas for millennia have done this. Grandma could have done better. We've seen it with our parents and other siblings. Like, you might be the independent one that don't need no help, but you see your mama or your dad, they constantly doing for this other sibling. You like, yo, that's a grown person over there. Well, you know what? If I got it, I'm gonna give it because the Lord gonna bless me. And like, okay, that's cool. I'd rather just not take my blessings. I'd rather make my own blessings. Because if I got to stay in the gutter with you just to get my blessings, I'm gonna go ahead and make my own blessings.
Yeah, but B-Double, when we was growing up though, man, it was a bit different or whatever because you had uncles and aunties and cousins and all that living in grandma's house, but everybody held their own. It wasn't no sense of entitlement. They'd be like, hey, look. You go if you can go and work, you go take care of this bill, I'll take care of that bill, or I watch your kid and you watch my kid. We all helped each other out during that time. And it wasn't no such thing as, I ain't gonna say such thing, whatever, but the minute that somebody felt like they wasn't holding their end up, if it was getting a little too heavy or they are not holding the end up of the deal up, you talk with that person, you dealt with them right there on the spot. And if they didn't want to, have that conversation, or they didn't change their mentality, then you say, okay, cool. Well, you move on around, and it was adios. But now we don't have that type of thing now, whatever, man, because don't nobody, like you said, they want to give, they want somebody to continue to give them stuff, and they don't want to work with. They don't want to work for nothing at all. They lazy.
You want to know why? You want to know why?
Why?
I said it before. I say it again. This is the result of everybody gets a trophy. We're seeing the culmination of that started in the early 90s. Everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah.
No child left behind. Now we're a couple of decades in. We're starting to see the results of that working out. This is what happens. You end up with a lot of people who are super entitled and think you owe them something, and they don't have to do nothing. Because when I played Little League Baseball, we went 0-15, and they took us out for pizza every week, and we still got participation trophies. So why is that not happening in my adult life? Why is people not doing for me? Why can't I go to my job and do the bare ass minimum and get a high salary?
Right.
Why is me being the brother of a celebrity not good enough? You should do for me.
Right.
Because I'm your brother.
Right.
You're supposed to give.
Yep.
This is the result of that. This is the result of that. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it while I'm on this Cuervo right here. Y'all keep voting for them damn Democrats, it's gonna stay that way.
Hey, that participation trophy award, you'll be looking like Pat Mahomes. You're gonna be looking like Pat Mahomes, brother. That's an entitled joker there, man. Oh my goodness. Pat Mahomes.
Though, if you want to.
So, but but here's the thing though, in our communities, man, if you poor, middle class, or rich, we all got the same problem with entitlement, man. It's just there in our communities, man. It's there. No matter how much money you have or how little you don't have, the entitlement is there, man, and we got to definitely do better about that. So, but yeah, just looking at these 3 videos that we've done, all of them have something in common. Every last one of them, and they always want to point the finger at the individual. And the sad part about it is the individual they point the finger at, they good. You need their help, but you going about it in a whole nother different kind of way. But you want them to help you out. But do you think that when you shaming these people, you're doing videos and talking about them, talking bad about them, do you think that you guys are closing the gap, or you guys are opening the wide open?
Look at him. Y'all see this? Y'all see how Mr. Know-It-All keep muting my mic? He don't want me to talk. Y'all see why? He ain't even letting me be on the show.
Right.
He told me I can't be on the show next week. Y'all see that? Y'all see that?
Yeah. Jamal, what you got, brother? You quiet?
I'm gonna leave that one alone, man. I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be the unpopular decision. Whatever.
Put it out there.
Girls, it hit different with their fathers. I viewed Dr. Dre's daughter's situation from a different lens than I saw Marquise's. You talking a boy to a man, father to a daughter. She was working. Marquise wasn't doing nothing.
True.
She working 2 jobs, living out of a car. I'm gonna tell you this, and then I know it's gonna be unpopular. Whatever. I'm sitting on 800 million. My daughter ain't living out of she's not living out in no car. I'll tell you that. Now, we're gonna have to figure something out. We're gonna sit down and figure something out. But I'm a girl's dad. I'm a Kobe. Rest in peace to the great Kobe. I'm a girl's dad. That would be tough for me. I think boys, you supposed to leech on. You gotta do something. You gotta be tough. It's different with boys. I say that, and I know that's gonna be unpopular, but I'm real, and if we're gonna be all the way real, like we talk real stuff, it's just different with daughters, man. I can never with my daughters, man. I don't care how upset I get. It's just different.
But what made Dre $800 million that this man is worth, and he tell his daughter no.
Right.
What is the gray area between all that? That's the gray area. That's what I want. I'm not clear about that.
That's the point I'm making. It had to have been something, because as a father of a daughter, right, I know how strong and great that's deeper than biblical. Like, that's a God. Like, you talking about love, a father and his daughter. I say this. I always said it. A man. I'm saying this here. A man never knows true love unless he has a daughter. I said it. Because no matter what they do, he's like, it's my daughter, right? Because we know if you are involved father, they're gonna take care of you. It's a different thing. Like, I can't whoop her or whatever. And no matter how mad I get, she, oh, Dad, I just love you. And she just grab my face and I just melt.
Mm-hmm.
Girls got that power. Boy, I'll knock you. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole thing. Like, and him to have 800 million. And I see my daughter living out of a car. We want to have a conversation, but I can't have you living out that car for nothing else. Then you Dr. Dre's daughter, and you got ops, you got enemies, you come up in gangster culture. I need to make sure you are protected. We got to figure out something. So I'm like you. Something had to happen that causes disconnect from a father to a daughter, because that's a whole different level of love. So entitlement, absolutely. I'm not taking that component away. She definitely, he doesn't owe her all that. But I know if I'm sitting on $800 million and my daughter's like, Dad, I'm living out of a car.
But you and Jamal, let me ask you this.
And she's working. It's different. She's just sitting back talking about, I ain't doing nothing, just take care of me.
Okay, let me ask you, Jim and Jamal. Hold on. Okay, let me ask you this. All right, let me play devil's advocate here. Okay, now come on back. Would you? Okay, I know you love your daughters. All right. Okay, if you had 800 million like Dr. Dre, all right. What if your daughters was living with a man, that you just didn't approve of? She keep going back to this man. She's in a bad spot, and this man ain't good for her.
Different.
She says, "Hey, look, Daddy, I'm leaving," but then she end up going right back to him. Do you still give her do you still give her some money and support that?
No. I'm never going to support bad behavior, bad decisions. Because if we remember, what's his name, Lawrence Fishburne's daughter. So I'm saying there is a level of no, that's enough. Now, I'm not that crazy. But from what, just based off of just that. Now, it could be some other stuff to it.
Right.
In Lawrence Fishburne, no, I'm done with. I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
So there is a level. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, in the situation based just off the video clip that we just viewed, my daughter's working 2 jobs, living out of a car. She's trying. Marquise just sitting up in the house. I ain't doing that. I'm 50 Cent's son. And you a whole man. We know men, we expect different from our men than we do from our daughters. Not saying, again, I know, and there are such things as double standards. That's a whole nother show. But if she's out here working, she's trying. She's not sitting there talking about, well, I'm Dr. Dre's daughter, so just take care of me. I'm going to sit here and wait.
Well, indirectly, she is.
But she's working 2 jobs. She's like,
I understand that, but indirectly she is. She's like, hey, look,
right? She's trying to put him on blast for not supporting her.
But she didn't down but based on the video, she said, well, he did give me this, he did do this, he did try. So she's like, he a bum, he ain't nothing, he a worse father. That ain't what he said. No. Marquise was talking bad about 50, and he took a picture with the guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's a whole nother level of disrespect.
They trolling each other. Yeah. That's disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
Right.
Yeah.
What she said was disrespectful to her father, and she did acknowledge that he was helping me. She just couldn't figure it out. And I'm working 2 jobs. She's taking pictures in DoorDash. Like, she's trying. All right. I got some respect that you out here getting it.
Right.
Now, I'm saying that he don't owe her. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, me as a father, I'm sitting on $800 million. and I see my daughter working 2 jobs, living out of a car with my grandkids, I'm gonna try to make that. I'm gonna do a little bit more to try to make that, to try to figure it out. Now, if she like you said, Mr. Know-it-all, she all out there, she want to do what she want to do, then I cut you off. My cutoff
Right.
is super strong. It ain't about that. But that's my daughter.
Right. Yeah, and I agree with you.
From that perspective, I can definitely see your point and say, okay, maybe. I think for me personally, because my thing is also this, and I was gonna bring up the fathers, and it ain't about going back and forth with the baby daddies. It's just the fact that you got kids. Period. Where is their father or fathers? That's my question. Where is here? I pay for the lawyer to go get the child support. Like, but I but I get what you're saying, and that does kind of make it, because you're right. She is working, she is trying, but still at the same time, it's like, what was you doing when you had the advantage of him providing for you? Like, how was you maximizing that and managing that?
Right? Nobody does everything perfect, right? But she's true. The difference that I'm delineating between her and Marquise is Marquise ain't doing nothing. He's a man. You supposed to lead your own household.
But you know what though?
She's trying. She's doing 2 jobs and living out of a car. Marquise sitting up in somebody's house. When he shot that video, he was laying up somewhere.
Facts.
She living in the dang rental car, working 2 jobs.
Allegedly.
But you know what though? I
gotta try.
She's a woman.
I gotta try.
And she has kids. That's why she's trying. I guarantee you, well, I can't say I guarantee, I don't know her like that, but I would be willing to bet money if she didn't have them kids, she wouldn't be working them 2 jobs. See, it's different because just like you said, it's different when you got kids, especially for a woman. A woman with kids gonna make sure they got food in their mouth somehow, some way, because she did enough to make sure that they have housing. They not living in the car. So she made arrangements with whoever she had to make arrangements with to make sure that they have a roof over their head. And she's working 2 jobs. She makes sure they're eating. And she's saying, it's just me struggling. But I would be willing to bet if she didn't have them kids, it'd be a different story.
If was a fifth, without
hey, I'm halfway there anyway.
Pastor Cavassier, yeah. You say halfway there, huh? Oh, that's nice, man. Yeah, Dad. Yeah. 2022. Yes, sir. Congratulations, there, B-Dub. But yeah,
got the comments.
Right. We'll get these comments right fast.
Miss Queen.
Quala Jones says, my daughter nor my son will be living in a car sitting on $1 million.
Shout out, Kayla.
Respect.
And Miss Queen, what's going on, Miss Queen? Yes, appreciate you for joining and tuning in. Yeah, give Miss Queen, give it up for Miss Queen, y'all. Give it up for Miss Queen. Miss Queen, appreciate you for joining the show, Miss Queen. Yes, indeed, he's still tuning in over here. So she says, "Hey, y'all," and she give us some kisses and hearts. We so appreciate that. Yes, indeed. So, but yeah, man. Everything that's going on with these different situations, man. It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, and that's hold on. Miss Queen said, congratulations on that handsome bundle of joy.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh man. And then Dre said, fly, Eagles fly. You knew he was gonna come in. You knew he was gonna come in and put his 2 cents in, Dre. But that's all right though, Dre, man. We gave you guys y'all props in the beginning of the show. We gave y'all a golf clap.
I ain't giving them nothing.
December 24th.
Giving them nothing. No.
Y'all come back. We're gonna have to have this discussion because we're gonna come back, full of flame.
Super Bowl. Anytime anybody beat the Cowboys, this is Super Bowl. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Yep. So you guys want to go ahead and give you guys closing remarks so we can get on out here for the night? F the Eagles. F them kids. And it's my money.
B-Dub, what you got, my friend?
Hey, I ain't got nothing, man. Get out there and get it, man. Get off y'all asses, man. Don't nobody owe you nothing. Plain and simple.
Right. And you know what? That's what we're going to talk about. The giving you the bag moment. The Burning Codes giving you the bag moment is listen. The sense of entitlement. Go out there and work for your own. Get what you need to survive, and you don't have to worry about nobody trying to take nothing away from you. Whatever. So go out there and get it. Work hard. Get what you need and get what you want, and live the rest of your life out. So, but Nikki Queen B says. Be strong already, Queen B, already. So, this is the Burning Coals podcast. We say thank you guys for joining the show, and make sure you hit that subscription button, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, and we will definitely see you guys again Tuesday for the episode number 21, where we discuss mental health. Y'all don't want to miss it. I am Mr. Know-It-All. We got B-Dub, Bougie Wordo, and we got Gentleman Jamal and Educated Queen. We say so long, good night. We out of here.